Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be the second video in my rainbow makeup series. Today's color is going to be orange. So last time we did like a yellow look and it was really like blown out and kind of, it wasn't really smoky, but it had that really beautiful diffused look to it. Today I want to do something slightly different and play a little bit more like structured lines and a little bit more graphic. So today we are going to actually do our eyes first, and we're going to be playing with the Natasha Denona Sunrise palette. This one here is so beautiful. This one's a little bit smaller in comparison to her other palettes, but I think this is great for the everyday person because there is so much product in those other palettes that a lot of people would never hit pan on the shades in there. They're more for like makeup artists, but this has some really beautiful colors in it. And then we're also going to be using the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Glass. This is in the shade Golden Hour. So let's just get straight into the eyes. Okay, so I've zoomed you guys in a bit just so you can see a little bit better of what I'm actually doing. Okay, so to start, we're gonna prime our eyelids with the Anastasia Eye Primer. This one here is super pigmented, so you don't need a lot at all. And I'm just gonna start by taking that across my lids with my finger. So you can see the difference already between the primed and the unprimed side. It really does cancel out like any discoloration and gives you a really like flawless base to build up your color on. Okay, so now that we have our eyelids all primed and ready to go, we're gonna go in with the palette. So what I wanna do is take a color sort of around and create like more of a shape that kind of wings out a little bit and goes around the eye. Kind of like a cut crease, but we're not going to be putting anything over the actual lid. We might have to cut it again with a bit of primer, but that's what I wanna keep it very like clean across the lid. So the first shade I'm gonna go into is this color here called Morning. I'm taking this just sort of in the socket of my eye, just below the brow bone. And you can see how pigmented the color is, especially with that primer underneath. And then we're also going to take it on the edge there too. Doing this step with your eyes open will help you as well, so you can kind of really see where the structure is going to be when you are looking straight ahead. A lot of times if people have their eyes closed, especially if the eyes are a little bit more deep set, when you have your eye fully open, it kind of covers over a little bit. So with this, because we want the line from this one to be still visible when we have our eyes open and looking straight ahead, it does help to create that shape when you do have your eyes open. Okay, so we've got that first color laid down. Now we want to build up a little bit more intensity. So I'm going to go into this shade here called Carnelian, and I'm going to take like a little kind of flat brush and I'm going to be packing this color where I want it, just in that motion. And again, if you have your eyes open, you'll be able to see a little bit better where you want that depth. This is also great when you are doing like more graphic liner or things like that, because it's easier to blend the shadow versus if you're doing a line with like an eyeliner or something like that. If you make a mistake, it's very hard to fix. I love playing with these bright colors, it's so fun. Now I'm going to go back in with that first brush we used and just blend out the edges along the top line there. Okay, so now that we have that shape all created, we're going to take a flat concealer brush. This is one from Anastasia. It's the number 18 concealer brush. As you can see, it has like a really fine tip to it. It's quite flat. And we're going to just really carve that out. I'm going to use the same eyeshadow primer to do that. And then we can add our line with the Tarte product. You guys can see that we really have like got that shape more like solid now in comparison to the other side. So I'm going to do that on this side, and then we will add our liner with this bad boy. It's important as well to take your time when you're doing this so you don't mess up. This is like the perfect concealer brush though. It's so precise. I love it. Love it. Okay, so we have cut out that shape out very nicely. It shouldn't crease at all because it is an eyeshadow primer, but I do just want to set it down just with something that's very translucent and matte just to lock it in place. So I'm just going to take a little bit of translucent powder. This is the Hourglass setting powder, and I'm just going to press that over the top of that. Now I'm going to take an angled brush. This is one of the ones from Zoeva. It's a 317 wing liner brush, and I'm going to take that Tarte Sea Glass, and I'm going to take the tip of my brush directly onto the little sponge applicator there, and then I'm just going to follow the shape that we've created. Just the edge of it. Just to really define that line. So you can see what that line's looking like. I'm just going over the edges of it a couple times just to make it really opaque. I'm also going to take this along the lash line as kind of like an eyeliner. So you can see how that looks with the liner all connected there. And once I have my foundation on and everything, it'll really like make the eyes stand out a lot more. So I'm gonna do the same thing to the other side, and then I'm gonna pop some foundation on, and then I'll come right back. Okay, so I went ahead and put my foundation on, concealer, setting powder, all of that. For foundation today, I use the Anastasia Luminous foundation. I've been really loving this. I have a wear test and review video up that I will link in the card and down below, but it's a really beautiful foundation. And then to set it, I used the Anastasia powder with a beauty blender, and for concealer today, I'm wearing the Bye Bye Under Eye Illumination from It Cosmetics. I've been loving that combo together, like the foundation and the concealer. It just is so easy and flawless. I'm obsessed. And then I also filled in my brows. For my brows today, I use the Anastasia Brow Wiz. This is in the shade Taupe. So because I have like lighter parts of my hair, I've been experimenting with lighter colored brow pencils, and it still works. Like my brows don't look that light at all. And then I've been using the 24-hour brow setter on top to set them down. So now that we have our base on, let's finish off the eyes by adding some color underneath and some mascara. I'm not gonna do false lashes today just because like already when I have my eyes open like this, if we put false lashes on, it's going to cover a lot. You can definitely do it though, and it will look like really cool when you look down, or if you have really big eyelids, it'll look really nice because it'll add a little bit more dimension to the eye. Okay, so for the under eye, I'm going to go in with that shade Morning, so that first color we used. And I'm going to blend that all around the lower lash line. And then up on that side of that color there too. Now we're going to go into that shade Carnelian. I'm going to take that really close to the lower lash line and really build up the intensity. Just taking a clean brush, and then I'm just going to lightly buff out the edges. You can see how it's looking. now that we've added the color underneath. So all I'm gonna do now is add some mascara. The mascara I'm gonna use today is the Smashbox Superfan Mascara. This one here I've been really liking because it really gives you like fanned out huge lashes, and it doesn't flake off or crumble throughout the day either. Okay, so now that we have our eyes all done, we're gonna add some color to the face. So today for highlighter, I'm gonna be using this Anastasia Glow Kit. This is a Sugar Glow Kit. I actually got this from my friends for my birthday, not last year, the year before. And I love the Anastasia, basically anything Anastasia I love, but I love the highlighters. You can still buy this as well, like this is still in the local Sephora store I go to. I'm going to go in with that shade Marshmallow. It's quite a bright golden shade. And then I'm gonna go in with this shade here called Gumdrop. This one here is a little bit of like a pinky sort of duochrome shade, but I feel like it'll look kind of more orangey mixed with the yellow there a little bit. A great tip as well, when you are highlighting your cupid's bow, don't go back and forth like this. Just go down, because otherwise you can end up with like a little bit of a glow mustache up here, which is not cute. You just want to highlight like this little bit here. I'm also going to use a little pencil brush and go into that shade there, Gumdrop, and I'm going to just highlight the inner corner just here. Beautiful. Okay, so now we're gonna add some color back into our face with this one here. This is the Marc Jacobs Omega Bronzer in the shade Tantastic 104. It smells like coconuts. It's beautiful. I'm just gonna take a brush. This is actually one of my favorite bronzers. I haven't used it in a while though, because on my drawers it like I can only fit in the bottom one standing up, so because it's so big. So I always forget to use it. For blush today, I'm gonna use this Anastasia one. This is a blush trio and it's called Peachy Love. So it has 3 different colors there. I'm gonna go into this one. This one here has like a little bit of a, like a glitter or a shimmer to it. This is like one of my favorite. I love like peachy blushes. Okay, so we have our blush on. Now we just need to add a lip color. For lipstick today, I'm gonna go in with this Tarte one. This is in the shade Sundays, and it just looks like that. So it's a nice sort of orangey, corally color. Okay, so I don't really like the way the color of that lipstick looked with the eyes, so I'm gonna change it up. So I have this one here from Nars. This is in the shade Geraldine. It's a little bit more actually orange. Yeah, that's much better. Okay guys, so that is the end of this look. I actually love the way this lipstick feels and the way it looks. I love the way the eyes turned out. It's very like sunset vibes, even though the palette we used is called Sunrise. All that's left to do is to set my face now. For that, I'm going to be using the Cover FX High Performance Setting Spray. One of my favorites. So make sure you leave a comment down below and let me know what your favorite color of the rainbow is and what look you're most excited to see. Or if you have any specific requests for videos or anything like that, leave those down below. I'll have all of the products that I use listed. And yeah, if you do have any questions at all, please leave them down below. Make sure you give this video a like and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on future videos, especially in the rainbow series. I'm actually loving playing with all the colors. Next color I think we're going to do is red, and then we'll like flip back and come from like indigo, then violet, then blue, then green. Green is a good one. I actually am obsessed with this lipstick. I've had this for a while and I've never used it, and I really like the way it looks and it feels. It doesn't look or feel dry on lips, but it looks really like saturated in color. Into it. Here's a close-up of the makeup. Thanks so much for watching if you made it till the end, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.
Bye.